Today I am going to be doing sort of a reader's rambling, except it's not really on any sort of reading material. It's going to be on a TV show that I've recently reviewed. That's right, Miraculous Ladybug. So I watched this show and obviously I reviewed it, but I really enjoyed it, and there's just some stuff that I want to talk about. So let this be known that this is not going to be spoiler free. Um, Not that I know there's not like a whole lot of plot points in the first season, so you don't have to worry too much about spoilers, because most of it's just kind of like episode per episode. But just thought I'd put that out there before we jumped in and everything. And most of this video is going to be about why Marinette bugs me. And yes, that pun is intentional. I just don't feel like she's that dynamic of a character. She's just kind of, I don't know. Part of it is maybe she would do things that I wouldn't do, like when she was doing something. Like she might make one decision and I might be like, don't do that, go do this. And that just kind of frustrates me a little bit. But another character who does admittedly frustrate me is Chloe Bourgeois. And she considers herself to be very noble and mainly above the rest of her classmates. And she kind of puts them down a lot. And let's be honest, half the time somebody gets akumatized because Chloe told them off and just said something really rude. That being said, I think she has a lot of great potential. She's just kind of in her whiner baby stage right now and not very fun to be around. Just as Chloe causes a whole bunch of Akuma attacks, Marinette has also caused some Akuma attacks, which seems a little bit counterintuitive since she is the main hero of the story. And what I don't like about her character is that she kind of regresses. So, the anime, I think it's animated. So the TV show starts off at kind of in the middle of the story. Cat Noir and Ladybug have kind of begun to be able to work together as a team, and we don't really know anything about their origins at this point. So when their origins are told about almost at the end, just a couple episodes before the end, it's very interesting. You find out that Marinette kind of doesn't want this. She's like, I don't feel like I should be the one having the power to protect the city. Give it to somebody else who has more, a better ability and more of a passion for this. And eventually she does, in fact, take it on. And Adrian is like, I'm stoked. I'm so ready to be Cat Noir. I am. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life. I'm ready. Let's do this. And he's just very, very happy to get his power and just be able to get out and do something and interact with people. Because he's kind of an isolated homeschooler. And he just doesn't have any friends, almost literally. He has no friends his age. And so he just really jumps at this chance to get out there and do stuff. And in the first episode, and then in the Origins episode, it kind of focuses on, there's like two parts, and it focuses on one main villain, just one of their classmates. And something happens, I'm sure Chloe does something, and he gets mad and turns into this villain because Hawk Moth. Adrian and Marinette are kind of prompted to respond by their various little kwamis, and then they go off and, it's kind of a trial error because this is the first time, actually this is the second time that they've done this. I don't know, it's been, continuity is not quite my friend right now, so I'm just talking about it in vague over terms, and I'll stop trying to give references to this exact episode, because I don't want to say something that's wrong. I mean, I'm not afraid of saying something that's wrong, because I probably just did, but I'd rather not. And so they're fighting this villain, they're trying to figure out how to work as a team, and then they defeat the villain, but they don't actually capture the Akuma, which comes back to bite them in the butt, because then they realize that their classmate is kind of a ticking time bomb. Anytime he gets mad, the Akuma can come back and reinfest itself in him and be like 10 times worse. Maybe because of this, or maybe just not, Marinette is able to kind of watch her classmate, and then when something happens and he storms off, she follows him and tries to calm him down, and succeeds, actually, in just, relaxing him, and technically, preventing the Akuma attack, which is great. But then something else happens, as we all know, the people of Paris have very short fuses, and so their classmate blows up, and, the Akuma attack happens again. And so they have to, this time, not only defeat him, but also capture the Akuma, thus saving the day and not having to worry about any of these situations again. They have the potential, as the heroes of the city, to not only save the citizens of Paris from an Akuma attack, but also to save them from a potential Akuma attack. And I feel like if Marinette and Adrien walked around, and if they saw somebody was having a bad day, then they tried to cheer them up, their jobs would be a whole lot easier. And so that's what bugs me about Marinette, is in the Origins episodes, she goes from reaching out to people and, trying to help them to calm down and see the flip side of the coin. But she goes from that ideal to kind of not really doing that at all, and then causing some Akuma attacks herself because of jealousy, or just, she said something that wasn't quite that nice. Sort of like Chloe. And so, I don't hate Marinette, she just kind of bugs me. And this is why I love Adrien Agreste / Cat Noir, his character. First of all, the puns. Such puns. But looking at his background and his childhood, kind of being locked up in a house by himself with a dad who doesn't even care, really. I mean, he cares, but is just not there in any way, shape, or form. You would kind of expect Adrien to be the one who's lashing out at the world, and the dark embodiment of his superpower. But he isn't as much. And so it's just really cool to see him growing and being able to speak up for himself and just, reach out to others. So, I like it. But the whole thing with, Marinette and the Akumas and just, being able to prevent an Akuma attack kind of made me think how, as a Christian, I have the ability, everybody has the ability, but I can reach out and influence people's lives for Christ in a positive way, just by, bumping into them on the street and saying, "Hi, how are you doing?" Just, trying to show that somebody cares, and that, the world isn't all, while your main characters don't necessarily do this, this is something that I can be working on. And so, it just kind of made me think a little bit. And that's what I've been thinking about. Mainly why Marinette bugs me. I don't know if you'll agree with me or not. You can let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you're interested in seeing my review of the show as a whole. It's only the first season, because the first season is the only one that's out yet, at least that I've been able to watch. But the second season is coming soon, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, stay tuned for more. Hit the subscribe button to kind of be notified when stuff happens. Feel free to comment in the comment section, because that's kind of what it's for. And I will see you guys later. It was like a snap and a wave. I'm not sure what that was, but